So we are out of the $75 half a face cord. I still have some small stacks here available, a few bundles. This one, the full face cord, says goodbye today. Now there's a task I hate worse than stacking. That's unstacking. But she's loaded the last dry face cord, 2023. Hello Firewood friends, Mike with KNL Firewood. Thanks for being here. Today's episode is about the 100 face cord challenge. Now I'm not calling anybody out on this 100 face cord challenge, but Jacob over at King Farms and Firewood and I have become pretty good firewood buddies, and we text about every night, just let each other know what our progress was and just chit chat a little bit. And he said to me the other day, he said, I think you ought to make 100 face cords this year. And I guess previously I've never really had much of a goal. It's just been get out here and split as much as I can, and you know, at the end of the year it's whatever it is, you know. But it got me to thinking. So I've worked out the math. Today is September, I think 14th. There's 293 days between now and October 1st. And I'll have to make 10 totes every 2 weeks to come up with that 100 face cord volume. Now I just finished this tote, and I have been splitting a little bit of wood. This is all 2024 wood. Now there's more than 10 totes here, but I had a few before the challenge was issued to me. That's all mixed hardwoods there, except for the very first 2 totes you saw. Those were cherry. And here come the dogs. And then these totes are a bit of a mixture. This center run right here is all oak. These 4 baskets here on the outside are hickory. And those 2 totes over there are beech. So I've got 3 more totes to make to get to my 10 totes before the 22nd. So I've got a few days. I think I can get maybe all of them done today. And then whatever I make between today and the 22nd, I'll just be that much ahead. Because there are going to be some weeks when I can't get out here, you know, if it's snowing or overtime at work or whatever, you know, there's circumstances. Life happens. And I still have a few walnut logs to buck there. And all this walnut was collected the week of Paul Bunyan 2022. So it's been sitting here in log form for over a year. We're going to put a moisture meter on it here in just a second just to see what it is. But the tree service has just kind of been burying me. I think I've gotten 4 loads in the last couple days, and if I don't get to 100 face cords, this stuff's just going to continue to accumulate. I can't split and burn it fast enough. Now Jacob's challenge was 100 face cords of sellable wood, not including the wood that I burn in the boiler, which I was telling him kind of depends on what we're splitting. Now this stuff from the woods, this is all pretty good stuff. You don't get much boiler wood out of it, but that tree service wood, I get about 1 tote of boiler wood for every 2 totes of good stuff. Talking to him a little bit, and I might be being a little too picky on what goes into the boiler wood. I burn about 30 of these crates a year, and then I've picked up a guy the last 2 years. He bought 5 trailer loads last year and 10 trailer loads this year of boiler wood, and he's tickled to death. So I think that relationship's going to continue. So I'm thinking another 10 trailer loads for him. So those totes count as I make those. And also the barkless bundle wood. That's certainly going to count towards the 10 totes every 2 weeks. And I'm doing a 2-week rotation because of my work schedule. I'm not quite 7 on, 7 off, but I'm pretty close. So those weeks that I'm on, I have almost 0 time to get out here. Tavool moisture meter that was in the tractor. So we're gonna see what this stuff is reading. This is just split right off of the splitter. Oh, lovely. Ha! Son of a gun, this might be 2023 wood. Oh, if I get those in there and show you. Hang on. Oh, that's 21.9, if you can read that. That's fantastic. Oop, 21, yeah, this is harder than it should be. 21.6, I think I saw there. Anyway, right around 21%, so that's awesome. I'm still counting this as 2024 wood though. Off, turn off. I don't know how to turn this off. Aha, off. And if you watched our short the other day about guess the species, it is walnut. Is what this was. Had several people guess elm, and the most unique guess was purple pine. And if you're not watching OG Outdoors, you need to go check his channel out. I enjoy watching him quite a bit. Let's move that basket out of the way and get a fresh one in here and continue this 100 face cord challenge. All right, let's see if we can sneak past the truck here. All right. You know, this makes me think I should probably check the moisture in the rest of these just to see what they are, just for fun. Trying to get these in here as tight as I can. There we go. We'll start by testing this cherry, and I think I put a short out of this too. Man, when we were splitting it, boy, it just cracked and popped. It sounded awesome. I love the way this sounded. And it sounded awfully dry, so we'll just see. Oh, holy smokes. Now, in all fairness, this has probably been sitting out here for a week, but it's showing 11%. 9%. 14. 16. 16. Man, I'm super happy with that too. Let's move down a few totes here and maybe find, let's do some of this maple. Now, this maple was just a day or two ago, and I'm not sure how long it had been sitting. Gosh dang, 16%. That's at 17.4. Man, maybe that's the trick. Let it set for a year or so. As I know that walnut's been sitting there, and some of this maple probably had been too, because I think this was some of the stuff I didn't take to Jacob's, because when we swapped beech for maple, I think I left some smaller logs here. I think that's what I cut up. Well, you can tell right here. That bark just came right off. So I like to set this up so the center of the basket's kind of right in line with the end of the conveyor. And then oh, that's in the way. Eek. When you pull these baskets apart, most of it stays in the basket. You get a few pieces on the ground, but that's life. I like to come over here and toss these around a little bit and fill in some of the voids, but for the most part, I'm not handling it. Yeah, I would say that's right at half. So I may have misspoke earlier. It's a 100 face cord challenge, and these baskets hold a half a face cord. So it's gonna be 200 baskets. I don't know that I have 200 baskets, but we'll count them here in a little bit and I'll tell you. 2 heaping full baskets, a few pieces on the ground. I'm gonna level these off the best I can. We'll pull them apart with the tractor and you can see how many pieces fall out. Gosh dang, that sounds dry. Let's pull them apart. Well, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces fell on the ground. Now, that's not typical. Usually I've got between 20 and 30, but I'll take 9. So split an entire face cord. Each of these is a half face cord, and I have to handle 9 pieces. Can't beat that in my book. Now, I will kind of manage this a little bit so pieces don't fall out between here and its final resting place, but 9 pieces on the ground, I'll take it. Get busy, woodhounds. This stuff won't split itself.